Hold the button all the way down and hold it close to your mouth so we can hear you.
How far apart are you driving?
This is 8.5 miles between Maui and Molokai. This is the Pailolo Channel. There's another island up ahead of us called Lanai, and it's 12 miles from Maui. As you look along the reef down here, every now and then you'll see a rock wall that they built out into the ocean off of the shoreline. These are Hawaiian fish ponds, and they started building these here around 900 years ago. Most of these walls aren't functioning anymore, but when they were functioning, they had specialized gates built into them. And these gates were designed to allow small minnows to swim into the pond. These small tropical minnows would swim into the pond and eat algae. And they've become big fish, and then they were too big to swim back through the gate. So this was a pretty ingenious way to fish. Kept a fresh supply of fish on hand at all times, and it was constantly replenishing itself. Between the taro farms and the fish ponds, the Hawaiians that lived here really didn't have to work very hard to feed large populations. And this would give them a lot of leisure time to develop a very interesting culture. They invented surfing in Hawaii, invented the hula dance right here on this island. We're going to the most spectacular part of the reef called Kamalo. That'll be coming up here in a minute. And when we get there, we'll make a lot of turns so everybody can see.
Turtle Bay yet?
No, we went to Honolulu Bay, and yeah, Turtle Bay is not on this island.
Okay.
Sun is
Talking about Turtle Town?
No, we stayed at Turtle Bay in Oahu.
Yeah, on Oahu. Yeah, well, this is the Molokai.
Okay, thanks.
Oahu is the next island over to the northwest there. There's another island on the right over here. This is the island of Lanai. Also somewhat of an obscure island like Molokai. Lanai used to grow pineapples. More pineapples than any place in the world at one point. Today in Hawaii, though, pineapples are really not a big part of the economy at all. Other countries can simply grow them a lot cheaper than they can do it in Hawaii today. But that wasn't true in 1920 when James Dole of Dole Pineapples bought that entire island right there for $1.1 million. Less than 100 years ago, 1920. Today you can barely buy a house in Hawaii for $1 million. So things have changed that fast. That island is now owned by the multi-billionaire Larry Ellison. He paid $560 million for Lanai about 5 years ago. He owns 98% of it. The other 2,500 people living there only own 2% of it. We're going to head back to Maui on the leeward side. We're going to go over here and talk about some of the history of Lahaina Town here in a few minutes.
Do you ever see whales in the air?
Yeah, between November and April, during whale season, this is a national marine sanctuary for humpback whales, and they migrate down here from Alaska every year. But yeah, February is really the peak of whale season, and on this tour we'll see 20 or 30 whales on this flight. But they've already left for the year. All right, what we're looking at directly in front of us is Kaanapali Beach. This was the first place that they built resorts on Maui back in the 1960s, and Kaanapali Beach is still probably the most popular place to stay on the island. Just to the right of that is Lahaina. We're going to talk about some of the history of Lahaina here in a few minutes. Everybody staying over here on this side of the island? Are you guys in Kaanapali Beach, or?
That's where we are.